Dobrý den, jmenuji se Jasna Sýkorová a mám na starosti program FutuRegio Hubu, Centra pro regionální rozvoj. A dneska tady mám skvělého hosta, pana Teppo Rantanena z finského města Tampere, který se vlastně podílí na vytváření plánu města Tampere s ohledem na inovace a strategický rozvoj. Hello, Mr. Rantanen. I'm happy to have you here. You come from city Tampere. How large is it?
Hello, happy to be here. So Tampere itself as a city is about 260,000 people, but we have municipalities which are linked into, so in total we talk about 450,000 people city region.
And when I was reading about Tampere, I found out that there is, it's considered to be high quality of life there in Tampere. Why is it? What is it? What does it do?
For 20 years in a row, Tampere has been voted as the most popular place in Finland, where people within Finland want to be. And just recent study proved that in all categories of the sort of a good place to live, we ranked not only by people outside Tampere, but also people inside Tampere ranked it on a very high note. So I think there's a lot with the history of Tampere which has to do with it, but the development we've had in the last 20 years or so helps a lot.
So it's very easy to plan and do innovation because everything is all right and you do not need to improve. Is it so? Or is there are there some areas that need improvement and where you plan intensely and you work, for example, Tampere is famous for working with data, where data can help you to make amends and make the life for people better?
If you go back in history about 10 years, we had the time when Nokia was selling out its business on cell phones, and that resulted in a majority of people being laid off in Tampere. So Tampere had an unemployment rate 10 years ago of 20%. So we actually went through a kind of shock in that situation. And I think we came through that shock as evidence of the resilience that the region has, the ability to change and do things again, and started to do major development activities, major investments in the city. We have been investing, I think, close to 3 billion euros as a city. And then, of course, the private investments added to that in the last 10 years only. So we have been going through a major change. So I think that we haven't had development as we have today unless those decisions made back 10, 15 years ago.
And how data come into this planning metrics? How did you decide? I know that you've been working for Deloitte. You've been managing Deloitte Finland. So you are used working with data. But how did it connect it on the municipal level? So
Tampere has been quite a long time quite forerunner in the whole open data concept. So we have been having the open data principles already since 15, 20 years ago and developing all that. But I think the last 10 years when we started to work on smart city development, we added one of the important key sort of layers crossing everything was the use of data and use of AI. And without that, we would not have been able to sort of see through the development which led from the smart city project into a data-driven city project into a cityverse/metaverse project, where the data has played a key role all through that journey.
And how did it start? I mean, it's many municipalities think about it, but it's very difficult for them to start. Was it because of the intense state support or support on the national level, or how did you manage to start with those data-driven projects?
Most of that work was done by our own initiatives. So we started to work, as the tradition is, that we work very closely on an ecosystem basis. So we have companies, universities, the city, the public sector entities working very closely together. And that's how we started to get all this thing together. We saw with the open data projects that even though you put a lot of open data out, it's not so easy to get some meaningful results, even though they would be freely available. So we started to help thinking about what we can do with data, how can we ourselves refine the data and bring more sense. at the same time combine data from different sources, not only from the public sector sources, but also private sector data into one.
Perfect. Thank you for your answers, for your insights.